Yo, what is up, guys? It's your host, Simon, and I'm your host of the Loser Island Show. And today I'm here with a very, very special guest. I'm here with...
I'm Trash.
Trash, thank you so much for coming on the show. It's a pleasure to come on. How you doing?
Pretty good. Just chilling,
right.
Relaxing.
That's as always, right? So, Trash, to start off with, man, I did some homework on you. I try to do some homework on you, and I got some questions like... Before we get to the music stuff, because on your Instagram you got FTP Trash.
Yeah.
Now, what does the FTP stand for?
It's fuck the population.
Okay.
that clothing.
Yeah,
clothing brand.
It is. Okay, yeah, because I heard of them. I seen some stuff that they do. They're just a clothing brand, right?
Yeah, clothing brand. They've been putting out some skate videos lately.
Okay.
They're putting together a mixtape. It looks like got a bunch of different artists on there.
Yeah, they've been around for a minute. Yeah. So, how did you get connected with them? Are you associated with them, or you just put that there?
I just put it there. Okay. Yeah, I fuck with them. So.
Yeah, hell yeah. So it's a tribute to them.
Yeah.
Okay. So, that's the goal, though, is to eventually maybe do a collab with them?
That'd be pretty dope. Yeah. Trying to get them to notice maybe a little bit.
Okay, yeah. And what about the Trash part? Why did you call yourself Trash? And is the dollar sign important with the...
That's what I put in all my stuff, yeah. Mm-hmm. I just, I actually started off under a different artist name, but apparently somebody else had that artist name, and they hit me up and was like, hey, man... What's up with that? And,
really?
I actually was just looking. I don't think he's doing stuff anymore. But
yeah.
So I was just trying to think about it, and I was like, hey, I'll just keep it simple, short. Just Trash. Right. I don't know.
So is that a play on words though? Are you calling yourself Trash? Or saying your music all
of it?
All of it.
I'm just like, hey, right? I'm Trash. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If people like to say, oh man, this is trash. I'm like, yeah, literally.
Right. Literally, that's my name. Yeah. Yeah. So, how did you come up with that name? What drew you to the name Trash?
I don't know. I just not really coming from much,
yeah.
Trying to set the expectation a little low, maybe,
right.
just,
I feel that.
Yeah, I don't know. I just kind of was like, well, I got to come up with a name to put music out there.
Definitely. Okay. Yeah. And Trash is one of them. So when you first started doing music, how did you get into that? Did you first start doing rap, or did you do any instruments growing up?
Oh yeah. I wrote my first song when I was 10, I think. It was a rap.
Oh yeah.
It was totally garbage.
All the way back then.
Yeah.
What was it about? You remember?
Kind of similar stuff to these days, honestly. I've always kind of been a little emotional, and I think I was just in my feels. I'm mad at my parents, and I was like, let me write a little song about this. But I definitely played some instruments growing up. I started off with bass guitar. I had a friend who played guitar, so I was like, well, let's try to start a band. I'll pick up the bass. And then from there, I learned guitar. I grew up in a household with every instrument in there, so always kind of messing around with different stuff. And then I was really trying to start a band, actually, but I couldn't find people that were as dedicated and motivated as I was to get it going. So I was like, well, guess I'll just start my own solo thing. Yeah.
So then that's when you transitioned to rap after the band thing fizzled out?
Yeah, I saw, a lot of people on SoundCloud.
Did you guys have a band name?
No. We actually only had one session that we even tried to write a song, and we couldn't all... Mm-hmm. We all had creative differences.
I get that. Yep.
Stayed up all night and didn't even get anything done.
I feel that. But yeah, so that's when you started going into the rap?
Yeah. There was probably a few years off in between there. I kind of did some traveling around. I went out to Colorado, hitchhiked around Colorado and California, just kind of traveling, seeing, what was out there.
Yeah.
And then I came back and was like, the COVID money kind of helped me buy a laptop and a mic, and I was like, all right, time to get going on this.
Right, definitely. So with your music on Spotify, you said cloudy,
Midwest cloud rap.
What is that for that type of genre for someone that doesn't know?
I don't really know if there's too much out there like it. There's a lot kind of like it, but I don't know if they're really going by Midwest cloud rap. But I just was like, hey, trying to kind of maybe start a little wave or something.
Right, I was
like,
that. Oh. So cloud rap though, so that's new? It was recently, or
kind of. Young Lean is cloud rap, some Bones, Black Cray. It's been around, but I'm just trying to kind of put my own little
twist on it. Yeah, definitely. I can definitely see it with so many definitely different styles that you do. Like, my question for you though is like, you know, would you say that growing up in the Midwest, would that influence you to like make more sadder music, or do you think it would have been different in a different state, or it'd be the same?
I think it definitely influenced it. You know, I kind of suffered with seasonal depression and stuff growing up. You know, the winters really suck here. Get you once everything dies, you're just kind of like, oh man,
right.
So I definitely think like if I was maybe from like Florida or California where it's sunny, maybe I'd be making like, who knows, just
hyperpop. Yeah.
I don't know about hyperpop. I don't know, but I'd be probably a little different.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. So still stay on that. Like, who would you say influenced you growing up?
Growing up, I mean, I listened to like a lot of punk music growing up. Like a lot of like, I don't know, NoFX, Blink-182.
Yeah.
Sum 41, and then once I got into high school, I started to kind of take a deep dive on some like old school punk, like actual, you know, punk roots.
Right.
Bands like Operation Ivy, Rancid, The Descendants, just kind of just kind of started listening to a lot of them, and then there's a lot of newer influence too, you know. I mean, like Suicide Boys, Lil Peep, Bones, Black Cray, Young Lean, like everybody I kind of mentioned in the cloud rap.
Right. Yeah, so I could definitely see the punk influences, because like I was talking to like one of my musician friends, shout out to Atomic Royalty, but like we were talking about like the different styles of like rock music, and punk is like, we were saying like punk is like, it's like any other genre, but like their voice, like the singing is very technical, like, you know, like, punk singers are very like, it's not like grunge where they're like not trying, or like rock or other rock lyrics where like you hear it but it doesn't mean anything. Like punk lyrics usually like have like depth. A little bit like really good sing, I would say, for most of the bands. And I can see that with your music though, like, you know, you have a unique voice.
Thank you. And
how did you get that style? Did you always start off like with that voice, or did you?
No, when I first started making music, I hated my voice. Pitched it down, pitched it up, was kind of like never actually had my actual voice on there when I really first started. So it took me a little bit of just kind of trying it, learning how to mix, you know.
You mix your own stuff?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Yep. Learning how to do that, and just kind of like, okay, I kind of found my voice a little bit, just working on it, I guess.
Definitely. When did you start learning how to mix?
Like 2-3 years ago. Pretty much once I bought my laptop and my mic, because before that I was just doing it all on my phone.
Oh yeah.
Just using like my phone to record and try and, you know, I don't think I mixed anything for a little bit. I have some old private stuff on like a way old SoundCloud that I'm like, I didn't even mix this at all. I just recorded and was like, all right.
It's so interesting. Okay, so you record everything on a phone, and would you send it to a producer, or you just nope?
No, but I would just record it on like, I had like a pretty crappy phone. I would actually just take a video and kind of do it, and then I would extract the audio from the video. And I had like a Chromebook at the time, so I think I could only get like BandLab on there, and I would just kind of throw the extracted audio into BandLab.
Dang, okay, yeah, those are the old days, yeah. No, but going back to the voice thing, so when did you like notice that like, this is what I want to sound like, my music to sound like, you know, that stuff? I
mean, I still kind of changing it up a bit sometimes, but probably like 2-3 years ago, I really kind of, I feel like started kind of finding the sound that I wanted.
Right. And do you find it difficult sometimes performing live, or?
No, I don't think so. I still use a backing track live, but I really love playing live, actually.
Yeah, you love doing live shows more than like, you know, just putting out music, you would say?
I think I like them. They're both different, you know. You know, I really like writing a song and mixing it and kind of listening to the finishing product. I love that, but then I also really enjoy getting the chance to kind of take that and do it live and kind of bring new energy to it.
Because the live shows bring in a lot more energy, and it probably changes your mind, like how that song was gonna go when you perform it live.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so when I was doing research, it's like I'm trying to look for all your stuff, even your old stuff, and like it's like, you know, you says on all your platforms that you have music out on. The oldest it goes back is 2023, but I'm assuming you got older stuff.
Oh right? Yeah, I have like an archived SoundCloud that still has some public stuff on there.
Yeah.
That one's under the name Trash Boy Archive.
Okay.
But I think that goes back probably to like 2022, and then I tried to redo some of my first songs, and replaced the files and lost the original and didn't like what they ended up sounding like. So then I just made a lot of those private, actually. But I probably have like 10, 15 songs on my archive. Right. It still gets, sometimes that gets more plays than my recent stuff, and I'm like, who's still listening? Who's still listening to this?
That's how it be, though. But so you've been around since 2022, you would say, right?
Yeah, like 2022, 2021.
2021.
Maybe the end of 21.
Okay, around that time. So then how would you say, like, you know, towards the beginning versus now? Like, what would you say, like, how would you view your progression as a career?
I mean, in the beginning, I was lost in the sauce a little bit. I was kind of had some bad habits. You know, I luckily kicked all of those, but there's some songs I don't even really remember necessarily making or recording. So now kind of approaching it more clear-headed, I'd say like it allows me to actually formulate it, you know, the way that I am trying to make it sound, and maybe spend a little more time on the song rather than just being messed up and recording and putting it out.
And then when you're like making all this, like when you're making a song and stuff, like, what's the process of like writing lyrics? Like, break that down to me. Like, what's that like for you?
It really depends. Sometimes maybe I'll be driving or at work or something, and I'll just think of something and I'll jot it in my notes, like 1 bar, 2 bars, and then I'll kind of like sit with that for a little bit. Some songs I take way longer to write than other ones. Some of them like maybe a month to write, just because I kind of am trying to take it a little more slow and like with a little more direction, I guess. And other songs maybe I'll like throw on a beat and I'll just be like, oh wow, something, you know, I thought of this right away. Yeah,
shit. So like you'll write down a bar and then like leave it alone for a week or two and then come back, write another 2 bars type shit, right?
Yeah I always like, whenever I open up my notes, I always try to write like at least 2 to 4 bars, like add on, and then after that I'm like, all right, if I feel like I have to try too hard, I'm gonna maybe step away and just see what else comes out of it. Like sometimes I'll just have like be saying those bars in my head like while I'm driving or at work, and I'll kind of think of what to do next, rather than like, I just feel like when you're in that mode, it's a little more easier than when you're just sitting there trying to write.
No, I bet you, because that's probably putting like a little too much pressure on yourself at times, because you're like, oh, why am I not creative? But have you ever like listen to your own beats, like the instrumentals, and like that's how you come up with lyrics?
Yeah, definitely. It's like a 50-50 mix between me just writing stuff because I think of it, and then me like throwing on an instrumental and trying to write to that
type shit. Okay, definitely. So, I mean, in the music industry now, like, how do you stay original with, like, you know, so many remixes and samples of samples and stuff like that? Like, how do you stay original?
Yeah, it's pretty hard. I don't make any of my own beats right now. I really would like to get the setup to do that, but
what does that mean? Break that down. You don't make your own beats, like.
I just don't like. I find beats like off YouTube right now.
And you hit up the producers.
Yeah, to put them on all plats. I do. I have some stuff on SoundCloud that I didn't like, that are just, you know, you can put them up for free
type shit.
Yeah, but if I like the song and want to do something with it, I'll hit them up and get a little lease off it so I can post it on all platforms.
Right, and it has that like is that like that process, like I understand that, like, but like, is it get difficult at times? Because like I bet you like sometimes they don't respond to your emails. Or like,
yeah, there's sometimes I'm like, hey, come on, man, I really want to put this out, so let me know. Like sometimes I'll hit every social that they have posted. I'll hit their email, hit their Instagram, hit their Twitter, just like, hey, trying to get this out. And usually, you know, they want that little like $30-$35, so they'll hit back usually in a day or two.
Right. That was gonna be my next question. Like, would you say that they want the money or the recognition more? Or is it both? They just
probably both. Yeah. Probably a little more the money right now, just because like I'm still smaller, you know. But I'm sure if I was a bigger name, they'd be a little quicker.
Maybe like, I don't give a fuck. Yeah. Right? Yeah. So yeah, okay. Then I mean, what about producers though? Like, how come you don't like? How come you just like? Do you not know any, or like, you know?
Not too many that are really making like the stuff that I'm looking for.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. Type shit.
But I have like my go-tos now that I've, you know, have used their beats, so I'll kind of usually scroll through their catalog first and kind of see their most recent stuff.
Right. So I mean, can you just like name like a producer? Obviously, like you don't have to know them, but like someone that like, you know, that they make beats that you fuck with.
One of the dudes, I really don't know how to say it. He goes by like, I think it's Crescenta, but it's spelled like Cresnta or something like that.
Crescenta.
Yeah, and he stays pretty consistent with it. He's usually my go-to for looking for stuff.
Hell yeah! How'd you meet him?
Just YouTube.
Oh yeah, the
YouTube.
internet. Shout out to internet.
Yeah,
man. Yeah, that's awesome, man. Okay, so let's get into the your image, like the tattoos and all that stuff. When did you decide to get all these Do you have more underneath?
Oh yeah, I got some all over, kind of my legs.
So like the little peep
chest,
type of vibes, like all over.
Yeah. I always wanted tattoos.
When was your first tattoo?
My first tattoo was a stick and poke on the sidewalk in San Francisco.
Okay.
What's
that?
It's it's this little shitty UFO right here.
Oh, okay.
But he just put a sewing needle into an eraser and dipped it in ink and
really
started going. He was like, "Hey, dude, I do stick and pokes. You want one?" And I was like, "Yeah, let's get it."
How long ago was that?
That honestly, that was like 8, 9 years ago.
8,
probably.
9 years ago. Dang.
Yeah.
That still looks pretty good though on it.
Yeah, I want to get it covered up, but I'm waiting to get that elbow done to see how much space that takes up.
Yeah. So wait, how old were you at that time?
Like 19, 20.
So that was your first tattoo?
Yeah, that was 19. My first tattoo I ever got. And then when I came back to Michigan, I did some of my own, like these little ones on my fingers.
You tattooing yourself?
I did some stick and pokes.
Okay.
Yeah, I did those, and then I did a couple on my legs, and then stayed away for a little bit, and then I actually got like this Air Alchemy sign on my face. That was like the first one I got done in a shop. Yeah.
That's funny. That's funny. So you already had like a decent amount of tattoos.
Just stick and pokes.
Okay, just stick and pokes.
Yeah, and that's the only one I had for a little bit, and then I had him. That artist like did my hand. He did. I have a Gur like from Invader Zim on my arm.
Hell yeah.
He did quite a few on this arm. I started going to him pretty consistent.
Right.
And then my homie Justin, he did quite a few of mine. Like I met him probably 1.5 years, 2 years ago, and he did all the other ones on my face. Did quite a bit of other ones, and then I have this new artist I've been going to out in like, I think it's Highland or something. It's like 1.5 hours away outside of Flint, kind of
type shit.
Yeah.
Okay. So I mean, obviously, like it's worth the money, but like the time, like how long do those tattoos take? Be real.
The longest one was probably my elbow, and that took
because that hurts.
Oh yeah,
so you got to stop and be like,
I just had them blast through it. Yeah, I personally don't really like taking any breaks because I feel like once they jump back into it, it hurts a little more. So I'm like, I'd rather just feel it out the whole way. Are you drinking?
Are you numbing the pain at all? Like
for my elbow one, I was a little not drunk, but I think I took a couple Klonopin before it or something, tried to help relax.
Definitely.
And then I had my stomach done, and I was a little too drunk for that one. I had to actually tap out, and I was like, "Hey, dude, can we finish this like tomorrow? This one's hurting." But
are they chill? Like how does that like the payment goes? They're like, oh yeah.
Yeah, my homie Justin, who was doing them, he was really hooking it up for a while. He still like does tattoos for pretty cheap. But he was hooking it up. We became good friends, so he was kind of cutting me some deals. And then my new artist, I haven't had to tap out on any of his, but he's pretty affordable too. I always try to throw him a big tip, like, oh yeah, dang, you did it for this price. Well, here's an extra 100 or something.
Hell yeah. Okay, yeah. Well, staying on I mean, if you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with everybody in your contact list, and stream all of Trash's music. But back to the show. Yeah, but let's talk. I mean, like your face tats. When did you get that? Break that shit down. And why did you get face tats? Because
Yeah, I just really liked the way they looked. I got my first one. I got this one probably 5 years ago. I was working at Chipotle at the time, and I was like,
that was your first one?
Yeah. Okay. And I was friends with a lot of people there, and I was like, hey, do you think I'd get in trouble for a face tat? And they were like, as long as it's not offensive. So I was like, This one, it's like the hieroglyph for transcend and the alchemy sign for air. And I was like, all right, so I'll get that. And then I didn't really get any more for a while. I was trying to kind of get some more, fill up other places. And then when my first time meeting that dude Justin, I met him when I met my girlfriend now. And she was like, oh, he's doing a tattoo on me tomorrow. And I was like, do you think he'd tattoo my face? And she was like, yeah, sure. So he did this self-made one.
That was second?
Yeah. Most of these are all within the past 1.5 years.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what's on your chin?
Oh, that one that says "We'll Drown a Little Slower." That's a reference to this band, The Wonder Years. They have an old track that says "So chin up and we'll drown a little slower."
Okay.
So I was like, oh, I'm gonna get that.
Yeah.
That's my most recent one I got actually.
Okay.
Tattoo in general. I got it done probably 2.5-3 weeks
How
ago.
does that not hurt? Just getting your whole jaw.
It hurt. It hurt. It didn't feel good.
Imagine the one under your eye too. That
one didn't hurt as bad as you would
Fuck
think.
the ops if you can't see.
Yeah. That one didn't hurt as bad. It just made it was on a tear duct kind of, so it made my eye tear up a little bit, and I had to sit up at one point in a just huge
You just had your eyes closed. I'm imagining.
Yeah. I have pretty sensitive eyes, so I couldn't sit there and look at something right there.
Right. I imagine. Hell no. Fuck that.
Yeah.
And then what about the 666 one?
Yeah. That's just I don't know. I'm not a Satanist or anything, but I just kind of don't agree with most of where things are at right now with religion. I definitely believe in a God type higher power, but it's more of a conversation starter to kind of get into a debate, kind of be like, well, let's have a talk about it.
So it's more like a counterculture thing.
Yeah.
Tattoo, like rebel. I get that. Yeah. And then what about the one on
I just really wanted one up there, and I just got some barbed wire.
Barbed wire. Yeah.
I didn't want to get thorns, but I thought that'd be a little sacrilegious. I was
right next to the 666. Yeah, that's funny though. I like that. Okay, yeah. So, you like with tattoos though. Like, I don't have any tattoos, but I always like tattoos because I think A, they look good on people, and B, like, there's always a story behind every tattoo, which I like ask. Because anybody will always tell you the story behind their tattoo. But do you ever worry about regretting a tattoo and be like, oh, I wish I didn't get that?
I'm not too worried about it right now. Maybe one day I'll regret them, but
like when you're 80 or something, like
shit. But I think by then it'll be different points in my life that I can kind of look back on and remember a little bit more.
Would you consider like lasering it off? Probably not your face, but like the other parts.
I've thought about I see that's getting pretty big now. I have there's like a podcast that I listen to, and the dude has a laser company that's lasering off an entire sleeve of his.
Oh shit!
So he can start over new. So he can just get new stuff there. But I don't know if I ever will or not. I'm if I ever want to, it'll probably just be so I can get a different tattoo there.
Yeah. Because that makes more sense. It's like it's like you just want something else, something different. You're right. Okay. So as a rapper right now, I gotta ask you, who is the greatest rapper of all time, and who's the greatest rapper right now in the game, in your opinion?
Of all time, Earl Sweatshirt.
Okay, hell yeah.
Yeah, I love Earl. He's solid.
It's a great answer. I love Earl too.
And then what else? What was the second
right
part?
now? Who's the best in the game right now?
Right now, oh man, I really fuck with Germ heavy. He just dropped a pretty sick tape. He had Black Cray and Suicide Boys on there.
Okay.
I really fuck with him heavy. He's got a unique voice, unique approach on it.
Where's he from? I haven't heard of him.
I'm actually not sure where he's from, but I know he's like a part of G59 with Suicide Boys and stuff.
Yeah. That scene's definitely. It's like that's definitely like your crowd, right?
Yeah. It's more of the kind of music that I like, so I'm just trying to kind of make stuff that I think sounds cool.
Definitely. Well, okay, I need you to break something down for me. Okay, so one of your songs, it's on YouTube. I should have wrote it down, but you said it's the first video on your YouTube.
Oh, Dawson's Creek.
Yeah, that's that one.
Yeah.
I need you to explain this lyric. You said, walking through the school like a young school shooter. Break that down to me. What does that mean?
I mean, when I was in school, I was just kind of a shy,
that sounds
kid.
Crazy.
Yeah.
That sounds crazy, man.
I remember, I just always kind of was kind of like that little goth kid in school, and I just feel like people associated me with that. There was one time, I went over to my friend's house, and his like aunt was there. She said something, I can't remember. She was like, "Oh, this guy's here," but the way she said it was kind of like that.
That school shooter vibes. Yeah.
So I just kind of like to.
Okay. So you were talking about yourself.
Yeah.
Definitely. Okay, I thought you were talking about like your fans or something.
No,
I'm like, yo, you call people school shooters? That's crazy. That's crazy. No, because I was gonna bring up my next question. Like, do you think it's important? to promote a positive message, even if as an artist yourself you're struggling through something?
Yeah, that's what I've been trying to do a little bit more with my later stuff. Be a little more honest with my struggles, but be a little more honest with like the way that I'm approaching them and working on them a bit.
Right.
I think that you can. Sometimes even if it sounds a little darker, you can find like a positive message in it.
Definitely. Yeah. I mean, because there are definitely like artists who glorify that type of stuff. So like you have to find a fine line of like, I'm doing it because this is like real and this is what I'm going through versus like this is what's going to get me attention and clicks type shit.
Yeah, definitely.
I mean, how would you draw that line?
I don't really know. I mean, if I think of something, I'll say it. And try to maybe have the conversation about it later to explain more so what that meant. But I definitely don't think I try to like promote really any super negative things. Just kind of more so express my struggles with different things, if that makes any sense.
No, definitely, yeah. So like when you're like talking about like depression or like hurting, like killing yourself, it's like you're talking about yourself, like what you're going through. Not saying that like this is what you should go through if you're feeling that way.
Yeah,
type shit.
And
like,
just maybe trying to like if I can help somebody that also feels similar ways,
Definitely, yeah. Because I mean, statistics show, Gen Z and like millennials, it's like the highest anxiety, highest depression, all that stuff. And I mean, a lot of it's social media, but a lot of it's just like, people just don't talk anymore.
Yeah.
And like
that social.
Yeah. Media stuff. So definitely like, deaf people, there are a lot. That's why it's blowing up now more than ever. Cause like a lot more people feel that and they can relate to that type of emotion.
Oh yeah. I remember reading a statistic when I was in high school, and it said something about like this younger generation was potentially more likely to die before their parents just from like suicide and stuff.
That's crazy.
And
yeah. I mean, because there's just so much on the screens now, and it's just like, I mean, people can't really distinguish between like reality and like social media in a sense. Like I saw a clip where like I don't know what it was, but like this person asked this other person like, oh, what do you do for work? And he's like, I'm 22 and I work at like Farmer Mills. And then everybody in the background started laughing at him. And he was like, bro, he works a job. Like, what are you laughing at?
Right.
Like, I'm sorry, it's not like the most glorious job, but like people are like, if you don't make six figures, you're a loser type shit. Like that's what we're heading to. But
which I think, to expect that in your like 20s, that's just
right. You're 22, like, bro, like you
gotta work your way up to that.
Exactly. Like he's not in his fucking like 60s talking about but even then it's like a job's a job.
Yeah.
Like we shouldn't be like pedestalizing like certain jobs, because at the end of the day, like all jobs matter in a sense.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Like music matters, garbage man matters, fucking like plumbers, all that stuff matter. Even like the people that work at a movie theater, they matter, because we need someone to watch the movie theater for sure. So yeah, don't get discouraged by what you see on the internet. But yeah, if you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, share this with your ex, and stream Trash's music. All right, but back to the show. I'm here with Trash today, man. Okay, let me ask you this ultimatum, because I asked the last podcast I had Hemingway Lane, and they I'm not calling him out, but he kind of dodged the question. He didn't want to answer this. So it's an ultimatum, and it's a relevant question because you're an artist. And the question is, would you rather have $200,000 cash today, or would you rather have one of your songs have 10 million streams?
Probably the 200,000.
Yeah. Why?
I would just use it to promote a lot. I'd maybe use it to get some of my other songs to that amount.
Right.
You know what I mean?
At least to 1 million type.
Yeah. Get a sick video made, just put it back into the music, basically. Save it for, get a nice bigger house and a new car or something, but definitely put it back into the vision.
For sure. So like you see that more opportunities with the money than with the streams.
Yeah. I mean, the streams, they're cracking down like on botting them and stuff, but you can't really trust what all the numbers say sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, even like big artists, like you never know. Like they're the ones that are definitely botting. Sure. Like, definitely. That's a good point. But like, if you were to like get a song to like 10 million streams organically, like how much do you think that would pay out?
I know it's super. I mean,
it's not that much.
It's not. It'd probably be more than 200,000, maybe. But
that's still a lot. Oh, that's a lot.
Yeah. It might be. I don't know. I'd have to bust out my calculator.
Right. All right. You don't gotta do all that type shit. Okay, yeah, but yeah. So you definitely would like. You can see like more stuff to do with the 200K, like tours and all that.
Yeah, like, definitely. Yeah. One thing I really want to do is like put together a little festival actually in Michigan and get some bigger artists to play, and I'd be able to do that with that for sure. So
in Lansing or just anywhere in Michigan?
Lansing would be cool. Maybe Lansing, Detroit area.
Yeah,
somewhere around there.
And you have like a name for it, or you don't got it?
No.
That's definitely, yeah.
Just kind of something I am trying to envision and get going.
Yeah, bro. Yeah, I mean, if you need some media, I'll definitely be there for that. Okay, but are you independent right now?
Yeah, I'm independent. There's some small kind of, I don't really know, a collective record company thing. They're trying to get off the ground, and they just hit me up about me joining them and kind of becoming like a kind of co-business something, trying to help with their distribution and stuff. So I told them I'd do that, but it's not like anything
serious right now.
Yeah, and there's like no contract,
definitely,
nothing.
Yeah. So, being an independent artist, like, how do you move and how do you get your name out there? Because, you know, it's definitely like hard.
Yeah. Just staying pretty consistent, trying to at least, and then I like pay to promote every post that I make on Instagram.
Definitely.
Try to get that a little more out there. Sometimes I'll maybe like buy a repost from a bigger artist if I see that they're doing them. Mm-hmm. Just kind of anything like that, you know. Definitely, I've put a lot of money into it already. Just
promotion, everything, as you have to, because you know, like being independent, like no one's gonna do it for you. Like you don't got a label that'd be like, here's 100,000. Like
exactly,
if you don't do it, then that's just gonna stay there. You know, so I definitely respect that. What was I trying to go with? Oh, so like, if you were to go to a label, like, what are the qualities you were looking for you to sign? Like, are you looking for them to have like already legit artists, or like, are you looking for like you want like a friendship and business with the people you're signing with? Like, you know, break that down.
Yeah, I don't know if I would personally ever go to a label.
Oh, okay.
I really like the idea of just kind of having ownership of every single thing that I do. But if I did sign something smaller, I really would just kind of want creative freedom. You know, I wouldn't want them to tell me like when I had to release stuff or like which song was going to be the single, or you know what I mean, that kind of deal.
Yeah, you can't release until they. That's annoying. Okay, yeah, but you said you would you know, obviously you said you wouldn't want to sign, but like, would you even sign if it was something like you had majority, like you had 70-30? Is that too much for them?
I mean, it really depends, I guess, on like how long, you know, what kind of shit. Yeah.
I feel that. No, I definitely, because that's definitely like a valid like reasoning, because like, you know, it's not a secret that like, you know, 360 deals like, you know, like, and all the interest you have to pay back on like the what do you call it? The loans they give you? They don't call advances. The advances they give you and stuff like that. So, then let me ask you another question. Then it's like, would you like? How would you feel about How would you feel about like, you know, if you were stayed the independent route and like you still like had a name for yourself, but like versus like if you were to sign to a label and you could be like potentially like be like a top artist in your genre? Like, you know, how does that sound to you? Like, would you make that sacrifice to sign to a label to be one of those top artists in that, you know, genre?
Probably not. That's not really my goal. You know, ideally I would just kind of make what I'm making working off of music and just kind of not have to work as much and still probably get a part-time job and just kind of keep it a little smaller. I don't know. I just feel like you have more real fans that way a little bit, you know, rather than once you kind of get big and people are just kind of listening to you for the clout of it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And then that's when like all the fucking clout chasers come after you.
Yeah.
All that shit, man. Yeah. Definitely no. So yeah. So break that down though. So how would you say like is the best way to like grow, like connect with your audience, like, you know, grow your fan base type shit?
I mean, you know, if people DM me, I usually try to DM them back, kind of open that conversation, posting maybe like, you know, just interactive questions on Instagram maybe. I haven't really done that in a while. going live. I haven't really done that in a while either, though.
But those are good.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, because you've seen that, like the responses, like when you do that, like people are more engagement with your stuff.
Oh yeah.
Okay, yeah. So that's a good idea. Definitely. What do you do when you go on live? Do you freestyle? What do? You show like beats that are out? Like
I haven't done it in a while. But I used to maybe like show stuff I have in the vault that I was getting ready to drop. I used to go live with like people from other states that I fuck with and made music with, and I don't really know, we would just talk. I was usually kind of fucked up when I was doing that though.
Right.
Yeah, so it was. I don't really remember all of it. Right. Sometimes just wild out. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Are you on TikTok at all? Or?
I have a TikTok. I don't really post much on there. I don't really try to, unless maybe something does like pretty solid on like my Instagram reels, and I'll be like, all right, I'll post this on TikTok too. But
so then what are your thoughts on it? Like, why aren't you like as active on there versus Instagram?
I just don't really like what it's all about, I guess. I don't know. Like, I just feel like people spend so much time on TikTok just kind of looking at nothing.
But would you say, like, music-wise, TikTok is a better social media app to promote than Instagram to get your music out there?
It might be. I just haven't really wanted to. Right, I don't know. I'm just kind of sticking.
Yeah.
I don't want to have too many social medias that I have to focus on.
That's annoying. Yeah, you got to post there, there type shit. Nah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. Okay. So this is a new game I'm trying out. And I asked you for your birthday, and you were probably wondering why. And this is why, because you're a Pisces.
Yeah.
And I'm going to ask you, would you make a song with other Pisces artists? Okay, so starting off with Justin Bieber. Could you make a song with Justin Bieber? Like, genuinely, like, could you be in the studio? Like imagine you're in the studio with this person. Y'all gotta like grind out a song.
I mean, if the vibes are right, you know, I got no hate for Bieber.
Yeah.
I don't know.
You can see it. Okay, Rihanna.
I don't really know how it would go.
Right?
But
that's what I'm saying.
It'd be cool,
right? Okay. What about Bad Bunny?
I haven't really listened to much of Bad Bunny. I can't really.
Okay, can't even speak on it.
Yeah,
I feel that. Okay, Hozier. I can kind of see that.
Yeah, that potentially. I didn't know that they were a Pisces, but yeah.
Okay,
I could give it a shot.
Yeah,
I'm pretty open musically, you know.
Right. What about Adam Levine? Mr. Maroon 5.
I don't know about. I used to listen to Maroon 5 when I was a kid, but
it's kind of punk.
That'd be a little. I feel like it might be easier to make a song with Bieber than with Adam Levine.
Definitely. Like Adam Levine's the type to like control the song and be like, no, it should sound like this. You're like, okay, dude, whatever. Next, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, that'd be sick. That'd be sick.
This one would be surprising. Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that would.
We'll put that as a no. The first no. Okay, and last but not least, I mean, I think I already know your answer for this, but Earl Sweatshirt.
Oh yeah, that'd be sick. Yeah, that'd be dope. That'd be a dream.
Yeah,
that'd be a dream.
That'd be definitely. Hopefully not too far away. But that was the game. Would you do a song with them? Okay.
I think his birthday is like 3 or 4 days after mine.
Really?
Yeah.
So he's 22, February 22nd.
22nd or 23rd, something like that.
That's crazy. Shout out to Earl, man. Man, shout out to him. He's one of the inspirations for this podcast, for real. But if you made it this far, make sure to like, subscribe, comment, share this with your
grandfather.
Grandfather on Facebook. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We're back to the show. We're here with Trash, Loser Island Podcast. So Trash, how would you have stopped 9/11?
I don't know if I could have. I don't know. You know, I don't know. I don't know if you could stop it. You could just try to evacuate the buildings before the planes hit. You know,
if you're on that plane, like, what do you think you would have done? You think you could have, like, if you have a knife on you, you think you could take them down with guns?
I mean, you might as well try. You're gonna die anyways. You know what I mean? You might as well give it a shot, I guess.
Right. Fuck it. That's the real definition of YOLO, right?
Yeah.
No, yeah, I'm just messing around. But okay, I got one final question before we end things here. I'm starting this new thing where I'm gonna start asking my guest random questions. Well, off what you do. So I went off Reddit and I went off Rapper page.
Okay.
And then I found this question, and I need your help to answer this question. So it's a long one, so bear with me. The title was like, should I focus on rap even though it's destroying my life? So it says, hey, so I'm 28 years old. I grew up with having a this is a long one, so bear with me, guys. So I'm 28 years old. I grew up having a quiet fascination of rap. I never saw myself as a rapper or aspired, but it was fun to do. In school, if there was an assignment that involved doing something in the creative sense, my mind would really be involved in the process of writing lyrics and assignment project. In college, I won 2 talent shows by singing and then rapping. And then when the movie Get Out was popular and Trump was elected, when I found out I had a strong vocal talent in school, I felt very optimistic about the idea that I could make money in the creative field. After college, I was very humbled about the idea of doing it. I put lyrics over this trap beat and sent it out to my friend who in his mind thought it would suck ass. He became a fan, and after he heard it, it scared me. It scared me some because I knew I couldn't do something like that again, but he kept pressing for more. After COVID, I spent a lot of times outdoors, going to rock bars, karaoke bars, singing live with other pros, eventually rapping rock songs, jazz songs, whatever you can do strongly in public, you can take home and do private. The fact that I've worked myself to the point where I could do a 16 bars on Bob Marley beat and have the whole bar turn into an audience is something I treasure in a way. This sounds dumb, but I'm venting. My question is it worth doubling down in my life in order to make rap interesting? I really wanted to have the skill to rap with my own authority and strength, and I have. Is it worth throwing myself at the age of 28 and skipping out of other aspects of life?
Yeah, I feel like he didn't really explain necessarily how it was ruining his life.
Yeah,
he asked in the beginning, but I'd say,
I kind of skipped some. It was just saying like, he just works a lot. He's focusing on his 9 to 5, and he has a hard time coming up with lyrics.
I mean, like I said, I think of lyrics while I'm at work sometimes. I definitely think if he loves doing it, he should keep doing it. He doesn't need to throw himself full force like right away.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like quit the job and just go for it. But he could make some small moves and just kind of keep going with what he was doing. Mm-hmm. I don't think there's any reason not to pursue your creative, passion.
Amen to that. Like I second that. Seriously, like don't quit the job, but definitely pursue the music, but do it casually and like don't put too much pressure on yourself. Like, like obviously you want to be successful. We all do, but like you have to be realistic on like when that could happen. Like, is it going to happen next year? Probably not. So next, even the year after that, probably not. Like it's going to take you 5, 6, maybe even longer, but like 5 years at least, right? Because I was listening to his Lil B song. You know who Lil B is?
Oh yeah.
And he said like he's like, I don't consider you a rapper unless you have 1,000 songs. So like so like you just have to have the mindset of like just do it casually, do it because you want to, but don't like try to chase it 100%. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I know I said that was going to be the last question, but like, do you think there is like an age where it's too late to start? Like if you're 48, can you start rapping, or you can always start?
I'd say you could probably always start. I think it'd be kind of crazy to see like a 48-year-old a new rapper kind of hopping on the new wave.
Wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
With the internet, anybody can fucking blow up. I swear to God. But yeah, I think we're gonna leave it at that. Thank you so much, Trash, for coming on.
Thank you.
Yeah, for real. You want to say anything before we end it?
I got a new tape dropping. I don't know when this will be out, but it's dropping April 8th, all platforms. White
April
Recluse 2 with Curb Lagoop. More EPs coming that I have in the vault after that, so just kind of keep an eye out. I'll be dropping at least 4 more by the end of the year.
4 more singles?
4 more little EPs, like 3 to 5 tracks.
Definitely. And definitely we'd love to have you come back on the show. Maybe someone else with you, or, whatever you're doing at the time, man. We'll definitely stay in touch for sure, man. But thank you guys again for so much for staying here if you made it this far. And make sure to listen to Trash's new song. It's already going to be out by the time it's posted. So make sure to stream that. music videos? Any music videos for that? Or?
There's just like some visuals, not really music videos, just kind of like looped GIFs. Right, yeah. You know?
So check it out. YouTube channel will be on there for sure. And yeah, thank you guys. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe. Thank you again. We're trying to go crazy on Spotify. So if you are listening on Spotify, thank you so much for listening. I really appreciate you. If you're watching this on YouTube, follow us on Spotify. Get that on there. Let's stream Trash's music. I'm going to say it 8 more times. Stream Trash's music. And yeah, have a great day. Stay losing, and peace.